If you have to wait until you get paid to buy me something, give me money, send me somewhere on vacation while you work, if you're going to hit me with the, babe, go ahead and pay it and I'll pay you next week when I get paid, bleh. Listen, my advice to you is to stay single and save your money. You cannot afford to be in no relationship, especially with a woman like me.
What's going on, guys? BMS and I are back with another video. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Make sure you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So here we go.
Hey, babe. Would you still love me if I was fat?
Yeah, of course.
But Mom, you are fat.
Oh my gosh.
I love hearing about guys' bad dates. They'll be like, oh, she didn't offer to split the bill.
So right when COVID started, I had a girl that I was talking to come on over and hang out with me, right? But she came over completely drunk. She was trashed. She had a bottle of Crown in her hand when she got here. She refused to eat anything. She refused to slow down. She was drinking it straight. I was like, what the f*** is wrong with you? Never hooked up with her before, never did anything with her before, so I wasn't too sure who she even was as a person, to be honest with you.
That's what he's saying.
That being said, we were talking. Next thing I know, her hand is down my pants. I told her to stop. I was completely sober. She was completely drunk. She couldn't hardly say her own name. After arguing with me about why I refused to sleep with her, she started slapping me, hitting me, pushing me. Turned my camera on my phone, luckily long enough to catch a majority of it, and her saying that she was going to tell the cops that I raped her. When the cops came, they put me in handcuffs until I was able to show them the video of what really happened.
That's a dangerous position to be in, right? Because some guys will go to the club, they'll, pull a girl back to their place, and if the girl's not coherent and alert as to what's going on, I mean, it's your word against hers, right? Mm-hmm. And ultimately, she could wake up the next day and have buyer's remorse in regards to what happened. And, it's just a dangerous situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so especially for guys, if you know that, she's, belligerently drunk and she can't even speak straight, that's the time where you're like, all right, we're going to call you a cab. It's time for you to go home and make sure you're, okay, right?
Okay,
Just do the right thing with that because, again, this is where situations can turn left.
Men are not here to provide us with a golden life on a silver platter. Men are not here to be controlled by us or to cater to our every need. Men are not here to pick up the slack for lazy women. I'm so sick and tired of seeing these women get in relationship with men and control every aspect of their life or try to change him. Y'all knew who that man was when you started dating him. You need to accept him for who he is or not date him at all. I am just so tired of y'all ruining these good men for the rest of us.
Listen, if you have to wait until you get paid to buy me something, give me money, send me somewhere on vacation while you work, if you're going to hit me with the, babe, go ahead and pay it and I'll pay you next week when I get paid, bleh. Listen, my advice to you is to stay single and save your money. You cannot afford to be in no relationship, especially with a woman like me.
Don't be in a relationship with her. Just there's your answer. You don't need to be with someone like this who's at every beck and call. She needs to go on to Miami or some random trip whenever she feels like it, and then put you in a financial situation. And then even the guy was even being willing to say, you know what, pay for it and I'll give you the money afterwards. If you're trying to find a ticket
at
a certain price. Though, you know what I'm saying?
Being employed is whack nowadays. I remember back in the day, if you didn't have a job, women would shame you. Right? Mm-hmm. You didn't have a job, women would shame you. Now that men actually have jobs, they're still shaming men for waiting 2 weeks.
You're not spending the money right now.
Because you're not spending it right now. You're being a responsible human being.
Yeah.
You're assessing your, budget to see what you can afford. Mm-hmm. And if you can't afford it right there and then you're waste. This is how women are viewing men. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah, stick to your budget. And if there's a woman who's trying to give you an ultimatum, being you can't date me because you're not able to pay for a trip right now. Yeah. Run. That's a liability waiting to happen.
Why am I a whore? Why am I a whore?
Put a finger down, hoe edition. Put a finger down if your body count is over 3. Put a finger down if you've already sent naughty pics. Put a finger down if you've made out in the bathroom. Put a finger down if you're flirting with a guy during quarantine that you know that you will never see, ever. Put a finger down if you've kissed more than 5 people. Put a finger down if you've lied about your virginity. Put a finger down if you've hooked up with someone more than 3 years older than you. Put a finger down if you've had a friends with benefits. And lastly, put a finger down if you've talked to 3 or more guys at once.
Why do they do these things? Like
Attention. That's literally what it is.
He was a player, but you thought you could be the one to change him. Don't do that. Don't try to change anybody. Oh wow.
Turn it off.
What?
She's gonna go straight face or laugh or something. It's creepy. No.
Okay, I want to tell you a story about my boobs. So my boobs are fake. They're fake. But they're anatomical implants, and 9 times out of 10 men cannot tell the difference. I've had them for 10 years, and I still have to reveal to men that they're fake. Props to my doctor. But anyways, the point is, I was dating this guy, and we had been together for about 6 months. We were having a little chit-chat about our non-negotiables in a relationship. And he looks at me and says, I would never date a woman with fake boobs. I'm into natural women. And I look at him and go, you realize my boobs are fake, right? And then he says, no, they're not. No, I would know. And I say, I'm pretty sure between the two of us, I would know. And then he just shrugs like, oh, well, I guess I like fake boobs then. And it's so weird because, like, no one accused me of lying to him. He told me I had deceived him into motorboating fake boobs, or that I was less of a woman for having a man-made part. Nobody knew before we slept together that my boobs are fake, but nobody cared. And in case you missed the point, trans women are women.
Really went inside.
When you're filming.
But you need a place to stay. And look at him, he's crying. Like
He's doing it at his house?
they have to share a room while she's filming. Like,
wow.
seeking man, single, 22. Oh my god, actively employed.
Is she just standing there?
At the freaking golf course. Yeah, don't. Oh my gosh.
Most women would get married faster if they just hold back. Don't give him sex. Don't move in with him. Don't cook and clean. Don't do anything that is wifey duty if he's only giving you girlfriend budget.
When you marry Brittany. Natasha from Russia.
Full course meal.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Natasha. Like.
Oh my gosh, these ones.
I'm scared. Last time we were scared.
I just moved in next door. I'm a supermodel.
Oh my god.
I don't care who the IRS sends. I am not paying taxes.
Oh wait, you got a boyfriend?
Oh yeah.
What are you doing out here then, girl?
He trusts me. He know where I'm at. He got my location. He know what I look like. Hey, daddy. I'm stuck your when I get home.
What am I watching?
Stay away for too long, don't go back.
Someone at work, okay. Person or a man? What? Your daughter asks you that? Like,
a couple of years ago, a guy named Eugene came in to see me. Eugene was about 46 years old. He had been divorced about 7 years. He had a 10-year-old child and a 12-year-old child. Now, Eugene had been faithfully paying child support to the tune of about $600 a month for the last 7 years. The problem is that he had been paying it directly to his ex-wife, writing her a check every month, rarely missed a payment, and if he did, he made it up the next month. The problem was that the court order that ordered him to pay child support ordered him to pay it through the state, in this case, Tennessee. And in Tennessee, you have to pay it through the child support receiving unit. He hadn't done that. He had paid it directly to her. Well, he got a letter from the state saying that he was over $40,000 in arrears, and he was going to have to pay $40,000. You want to know what happened? Well, tune in to part 2 to see what happened.
I know on TikTok I can be kind of a pain, but in real life, I'm just a guy who goes to work and takes care of his kid. My son's mother and I have joint custody, and she is the custodial parent. But a year ago, she took off to Kentucky and left him with me. She came back in August, and since that time, she's been living in a boarding house. but she just got kicked out of it, and who knows where she's staying. But she tells me that she's going to come get him today and take him to where she is. And I says, the f*** you are. You have nothing for him to wear. You have nowhere for him to sleep. So I called the courthouse, and the courthouse said, I'm sorry, sir, but you have to send him to her no matter where she is. No matter where she is. She could be in the middle of a ditch, and I have to send him to her. So you know what I said? Let her violate me. I will be dead before I send him to somewhere he isn't safe. Fathers need rights too.
Yeah, I think you would have to go to court separately for that case to say the child is in danger, you know, the mother's not living in a safe environment. But I mean, it's a process, right? I mean, that's pretty much the moral of that story. There's a process behind men fighting for their children and actually being there for their kids. And I think that needs to change in the court system.
Yeah, and then he gets fined for keeping his kid in a safe home, like while the woman is clearly like not all the way there. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Yeah, I guess for men, you gotta try to do your due diligence in regards to who you pick for, you know, the mother of your child, right? Because one false move as a man and your whole life can be ruined.
Yeah, like I know they always say like marriage is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make in your entire life, right? So you have to be careful, be very choosy with who you decide to marry and go that route with, right? So you can only put yourself in the best situation possible. So really doing your due diligence, like vetting that person out, asking the right questions, giving it enough time, not rushing, right? And also like if you are a man with like, let's say a high net worth or something and you have assets to your name, then, and if the woman if she's going with you, if she wants to marry you, like obviously for not your money, she should be okay with you protecting yourself, because then the woman that's like, no, don't do a prenup or something, that's probably the one that's trying to take advantage of.
Yeah, but I don't think most women are going to go for a prenup though. They're not going to be like, yeah, like you should do it. If you explain it. So I think maybe like social media may make it seem like prenups are like a negative thing. But I think if you just explain it well to her and like give her. So? I'm just trying to say if she genuinely like, I'm just trying to take the genuine route first, okay? Because I think most women are looking for security. And if you're removing that safety net from them, if this doesn't work out, they wouldn't like that.
Okay, but then that's the thing though. Like you don't want to just you shouldn't. That sucks though, because you don't want to just be with a woman who wants to be with you just for money and just for a place to stay. Like that's just, why get married if that was the only reason why, right? So if this was really like a strong union that you guys are coming together and this is something that's going to be long lasting, then she's gonna feel the emotional security first, before anything. Because if all the money goes, like then there's no stability in that either, but there's emotional stability with the couple, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm with you, I'm providing you security while I'm with you, right? But once I'm no longer with you, I don't think men should be on the hook for continuing with alimony and things of that nature, right? Because you could just simply move on with your life, find somebody else that's going to provide you security, and leave my resources alone, right? Like, why do my resources extend beyond us not being together? All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.